So there was one ayah that popped out to me when I was told, or when the competition came out. I kind of knew exactly already what ayah I wanted to do. Um, and it's mentioned in Surah Al-Anbiya, and this ayah is really actually like, it may not seem that way, but it's really like, even it hits the emotion, it hits the heart. It really goes down deep and it hits the core. And the ayah is, وذا النون إذ ذهب مغاضبا فظن أن لن نقدر عليه فنادى في الظلمات أن لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. So this ayah is talking about Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, and we know the story of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, how he was swallowed by the whale. And the ayah mentions in the beginning, وَذَنُّونِ إِذْ ذَهَبَ مُغَاضِبًا فَظَنَّ أَن لَن نَقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ. That mentioned the man of the whale, or mentioned the man of the fish, who went off in anger and thought we wouldn't decree anything upon him. And we know at that point, we know the story, that the whale swallowed him. And so, what was the reaction of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam? فنادى في الظلمات أن لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك. Like, we know when the letter fa is preceded by a word, it's almost like we know it's something quick, like it happened quickly. And so when it says فنادى في الظلمات أن لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك, we know that right away Yunus alayhi salam understood his situation and understood what he had to do. And so the ayah mentions فنادى في الظلمات أن لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك. So Yunus alayhi salam said, there is no God except you, glory be to you. And the interesting is, Subhanak is a lot richer in the Arabic language than it is in the English language. Subhanak doesn't just mean like exalted to you. It means those things as well. Exalted to you, glory be to you. But it's more than that. It's richer than that. And you understand that better in Arabic than you do in English. Subhanak is more of like, almost like, Allah, you have no deficiency, you make no mistakes, but I do. Subhanak. La ilaha illa anta subhanak. And then he says, Inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Indeed, I was of the wrongdoers. And subhanallah, we see that once he realized he was in the situation, or he had made, he didn't do what was best, he right away repented and he asked Allah for forgiveness, and he right away, the amazing thing is with the Prophet ﷺ is they react right away. And for us, it's like subhanallah, we take our time, we do something wrong, we're like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Then maybe when Ramadan comes along or something else comes along, then we make tawbah, or then we fix things up. And so we see in the examples of the prophets and the Anbiya alayhim wassalatu wassalam, that they react very quickly, and they don't wait. They're not reactional. They act right away. And so I think that's a lesson for us to be learned. And yeah, that's really important for us, and that we need to always constantly make tawbah, because there's things that we've done that we don't know that was wrong, that we've done, things knowingly that we've done. And so that really hit the core for me, because it was like, this next part actually is what made it so amazing for me. So the next part is فاستجبنا له ونجيناه من الغم. Wallahi, that's amazing. فاستجبنا له ونجيناه من الغم. Again, we see the letter fa, and Allah is فاستجبنا له, and we responded to him and we accepted it, like very quickly. فاستجبنا له ونجيناه من الغم, and we saved him from the stress he was feeling, from the anxiety he's feeling, from the distress he was feeling. Uh, and this next part's wallahi is so amazing, because we're like, okay, yeah, that's amazing, this story of Prophet Yunus alayhi salam, and Allah forgave him, but this is only applies to the prophets. It doesn't really apply to us, because they were prophets, they were much better than us. But Allah responds and He says, وَكَذَلِكَ نُنْجِي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَكَذَلِكَ نُنْجِي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And thus do we save the believers with the same as well. We do the same for the believers. And so I think the lesson to be learned here is that never despair in the mercy of Allah, but just understand that you do need to, just like Prophet Yunus alayhi salam was very, wasn't reactional, but he acted very quickly. He acted very quickly. When he understood that he was in the wrong, he acted very quickly and asked Allah right away. So barakallahu feekum.